Morning. Got another leaf clean up today. Starting in the backyard again, just because the backyards generally take longer. This probably took a little bit different of a process than I usually do. This yard has a gate on the backyard that's only 40 inches wide. I can't get the machine back there. So what I do is I'll pick a side of the house that I can get to, and I'll blow all of the leaves over to that corner. So in this far corner that I'm going to be blowing everything into, on that side of the house, there's enough room for me to back the Cyclone Rake up to, and then I can throw the hose over the fence and suck everything up. That's how I deal with it when the gate is not big enough for me to get the whole machine through. I blow it all to one corner and then throw the hoses over the fence. And so that's what I did here. The leaves are nice and dry, so they're moving real easy. The customer came out and talked to me at one point, and she said that's why she called me to come out to do it today, is because at the end of the week it's supposed to rain. And so she was thinking of me and said, hey, let's go ahead and have him do this while the leaves are dry, so it's not, the leaves aren't sticking to the ground and being a pain in the butt. So that's real nice to have a customer think of you in that situation. So like I said, I got everything blown into this one corner, and there's just enough room over there for me to fit the Cyclone Rake. I just back it up into the spot, and each one of those hoses, you see me hooking them together there, each one of those hoses is 17 feet long. So that gives me plenty of length to be able to just toss it over the fence and suck them all up. And with it being nice and dry like this, the leaves just break down into dust, and so I was able to fit most of that pile into the Cyclone Rake, and it worked out pretty well. Then I kind of skipped, taking it back to the truck and unloaded it and came back, and then here I am just sucking the last little bit that was in the backyard, and then I'm able to start on the front yard. Now the front yard on this one's pretty nice, but it comes in handy to know and to walk through the properties before you actually start doing the leaf removal on them. Because up here, kind of right where the Cyclone Rake is parked right there, on one side of that tree there are some giant tree roots that stick up out of the ground. You've got to lift the deck all the way up to miss them, and then on the other side of the tree, maybe about 8 to 10 feet out from the tree, there are 3 different tree roots that are real big that stick up out of the ground. And if you didn't know they were there, you'd probably smack them with your mower. But with, I've had this customer for, I got her for a leaf removal last season, and that's what got my foot in the door. So I did her leaf removal last year, and then she called me at the beginning of the season and said, hey, why don't you just come mow my lawn this whole season too? Because she saw what kind of work that I did, knew that I was going to do quality work. She was already familiar with, how I charge people. I talked to her a little bit, so she was comfortable with me by the time the season came out, by the time the season rolled around for mowing. And I was able to get my foot in the door for mowing as well. And then she called me again for a leaf removal this year. So you can use leaf removals as a good way to get your foot in the door when just going out and putting out flyers may not work. If you can get them for a one-time service doing leaf removal, you may be able to advertise to them and get them as a regular mowing client. So I've got most of the leaves picked up, and I will be going around. I have to do another whole line over the front yard, because this yard has a bunch of the gumballs that got left on the ground, the little spiky balls. that come down off of the trees, and I didn't want to leave those, so I went around. The Cyclone Rake picked up some of them, but the mower blades were just pretty much shooting them around the yard. They turn into projectiles. So I just go back and forth, keeping that nozzle right down next to the grass to just blast those gumballs up towards the truck. And then once I got them all piled next to the truck, I was able to pick them up with the big suction hose. So yeah, it made the yard look a lot better. Don't have to worry about anybody stepping on any of those little spiky balls. And they'll hurt your feet. They can pile up over time, and they'll actually start to kill off the lawn. So pick those up just to make everything better. You're already there, and it's going to make the lawn better. It's going to make the customer happy. And there's another job well done. And then you just get everything torn down and put away. And yeah, that was it for that one. So I'm going to get back to work. Y'all be good.